So, Melania Trump, the wife of the current Republican nominee for president of the United States, has come out of her silence. She's been very sort of absent without leave. AWOL is the word. Absent without leave for pretty much all of this campaign, right? And I think she made one appearance for which she was handsomely compensated at the Republican National Convention. But other than that, she's just basically kept her distance from the whole thing. And even while she was first lady, she's very sort of she keeps her distance, and she's a I keep my distance kind of a woman. So it was remarkable, I have to admit, that she recently diffused a bunch of videos that were very sort of weird because it was very sort of intense. Her eyes in particular were very like slanted, and because like the camera came close up, and the slant of those eyes, like something out of I don't even know what. And she was just very, very intense. And she's making these sort of insinuations that her husband's shooting, the guy, the young man who was a registered Republican, and he was a very young guy. I mean, I don't know if he was out of his teens. He wasn't very far out of his teens, who shot her husband in the head when he was speaking in Pennsylvania a couple of weeks ago. Um, she's basically insinuating that somehow um, the police are in a conspiracy with this young man, because I mean, basically she's saying that, I mean, according to this article, which is in French, and I've seen others in English, she she's wondering aloud, why didn't the police apprehend the shooter before he shot her husband? And she's basically saying that we must discover the truth, you know. So she said that the silence around the shooting of her husband is very heavy. Aujourd'hui, le silence qui l'entoure est pesant, is what she said. It's like it's very heavy, the silence. And she does not, she can't help but ask why the police have not or did not arrest the shooter before her husband began to speak that day. And she says there's a lot more to the story, that we have to find out the truth. So I think that one of the things that they're going to go to in this election is to try to tie the Democratic leadership, whether it's Biden or Harris or both, or somebody associated with them, to this person who shot her husband. I believe I read that this young man was a registered Republican, but he was very young. I mean, he was like maybe 18 or something, right? Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was a registered Republican, and he had done some research, it seems, on other political leaders, including um, Harris and Biden. So it seems like he was just looking for a big fish to fry when he got Donald. But it sounds like Melania is starting to percolate something more nefarious when she says we need to find out the truth. Like, why didn't the police? Because the police, I mean, she's talking about the Secret Service, right? And Trump is a police guy. I mean, he supports the Secret Service. The police union endorsed him, I believe, and he loves the police and the police loves him. So the fact that she's saying that, or calling into question why didn't the police arrest the shooter, it's very interesting. And I think I heard Trump, allude to something about that as well recently, in an interview where he seems to be suggesting at this point that the shooter had something to do with the Democratic political leadership. I mean, it seems, I don't know. What are your thoughts about that? I mean, and it seems just such a bizarre um, video for Melania to make. I mean, of course, it's her husband. I understand that, but she just keeps her distance so much, and then she comes out with this. I mean, it's very interesting. Anyway, that's all for this one. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.